This week's Know Your Cash word of the week is currency. My name is Arabile Gumede, and the buck stops here.
Every day we exchange money and hope that it'll give us goods in return or even services. So we exchange something called the rand. But you can exchange so many other currencies. And those are the things we use, as I said, to buy goods, to buy services of any kind. Now, what exactly is a currency and where does it stem from? Well, back in the day, people used to barter. Now, bartering means I would give you a packet of salt for your meat, which is counterproductive because I need the salt for the meat. But anyway, that is what would happen. Now, I exchange the monetary value of an item in order to receive whatever item it is that I'm looking to buy. Me giving you that item, which buys that food, for example, is called a currency. Now, how do currencies work? Well, how do you know that one currency is more expensive than the other or trading better than the other? Well, it's slightly complicated, but this is essentially what it means. If I can take one of my currency, 1 rand, and I give it to an American, it won't equate to $1 for them. So it means that we have a slight disproportioning of that currency level. And why is it that way? Ultimately, what a dollar can buy in America is totally different to what a rand can buy in South Africa. So the variance between the two, or the difference between the two, is because of what each one can give you. Now, the dollar in the United States is used as a benchmark for many things, including buying commodities like gold, like silver, like platinum, or like oil even. And it is used as a standard then across the world. That means that it already is more significant than many other currencies around the world. So a currency is essentially just the exchange of monetary value between two people. How do you trust a currency though? Well, this day and age means that you have to trust it because of the central bank or the reserve bank, or as we like to call it, the lender of last resort, the last person who this country can borrow money from when things go absolutely horrible is something called the South African Reserve Bank. Now, basically, if the world was to go upside down and something was to happen to the financial system of the world, South Africans could be able to say, I will go to the Reserve Bank and be able to claim that note, whether it be 10 Rand, 20 Rand, 30 Rand, 50 Rand for that matter, and say that I need the value of this in gold, because that is how it used to be backed. So I would give you a piece of a letter rather, which was a promissory note or a promise, and that promise would write that I would give you the value of what is written on this note in gold should things fail, which made that piece of paper almost as valuable as that gold. So now we have the South African Reserve Bank, which holds things called reserves. Reserves are ultimately just a whole host of gold bars that are held as a form of surety to ensure that South Africans do not go lopsided when it comes to their finances. And if anything was to happen, you could claim the value of that currency from the South African Reserve Bank. So in retrospect, all it is the exchange of a monetary value, money, between two people who deem the value of that item to be the same.
Know Your Cash is supported by the South African Insurance Association.